So welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Jeffrey from PSR Parts, and today we are back with a BMW G80 M3, and we have done some cool exhaust mods on this car. We have installed Catless Downpipes from DCE Parts, and we have installed a equal length OPF delete from DCE Parts. It's the resonated version, so we have of course done that to accommodate for the Catless Downpipes, to make sure that the car does not drone too much. We are now driving in the original mode, so the car is still in efficient mode. We have also installed a valve controller, by the way, and the light module to get rid of the check engine lights. The car is running in original mode right now, so we have a valve controller installed as well, so that allows us to open the valves for 100%. This is the first car that we have done Catless Downpipes on with the OPF delete, the equal length OPF delete, and with the original back box. So this is still the original back box, and as you can hear, the car does not drone at all. We are now at 80 kilometers an hour, and that is of course what we want to test. The car is louder, but it's not too much. I think this is a still daily drivable solution. The customer did want to have the non-resonated version first, but we opted for the resonated version because with the Catless Downpipes we were a little bit afraid that the car will be too loud and too raspy. And as you can hear, that is not the case right now. Still in the warming up phase, so we never push cars when the engine oil is still cold. So we now running in 7th gear, 8th gear, and just chilling. Yeah. As you can hear, very silent on board. And if you open the valves, they are now open, fully open with the valve controller. You definitely hear a lot more compared to the stock downpipes. This is probably a setup that not many of you will choose when the car is still new, but lovely how the car now sounds. Oh, that's cool. Put it back into serial mode and warm up the car. Come back to you in a minute. Meanwhile, while we still warming up the car, this car also got some other mods. So the car is lowered on iBug front springs. It has spaces all around, lovely car, yellow daytime running lights, and yeah, now also some exhaust mods. I think the customer will be super happy about this. These M3s are a little bit too silent when you keep the exhaust stock. We think the exhaust will free up a lot of the driving experience. Of course, they are so silent from the factory. These days cars are a lot more silent, but yeah, of course we got some solutions for that to make sure that the car is more fun to drive. So while we are warming up the car, we have also put it into sport mode. As you can hear, car is a lot louder, but in the original modes, so without the valve controller activated, the car does still control the flaps by itself. So that's no big deal as you have the valve controller, but if you do not have a valve controller, please keep in mind that in Sport Plus mode or in the Sport mode, the valves do not open 100%. So if you want the full experience, then make sure that you also choose for a valve controller or flash the car with MHD or custom mapping to control the valves in Sport mode, in Sport Plus mode. So you can open the valves fully. It does burble a lot, maybe Sport is better. Still burbles a lot. But that's the stock BMW G80 software, so that's not something that we have done. It's on the original software. So yeah, Now the valves are fully open, almost done with warming up. Tunnel. Jeez! Whoa! Okay, this is crazy loud. So of course you might already be familiar with or equal length mid-pipe or some other brand, but maybe it's good to explain to you why the equal length is such a popular product. If you open up the exhaust from a G80 and the old S55 also, normally you will get a louder sound, but it will still sound like 2 3 cylinders, and that is because most of those exhausts that free up the exhaust flow do not compensate for the length in the exhaust in the downpipes. The first downpipes, cylinder 1 to 3, is longer than the one from cylinder 4 to 6. BMW did change something in the mid-pipe, but it still does sound like 2 3 cylinders. It is of course not ideal. By compensating the length in the mid-pipe, you're actually equalizing the length between the left and the right pipe. And equalizing that means that you will create a more harmonic sound. It sounds more like a traditional 6-cylinder. The equal length mid-pipe changes the tone of the full exhaust. And it's also different compared to the single mid-pipe, or single mid-pipe sounds a little bit deeper. We have a 4.5-inch single mid-pipe, which is of course one of the biggest one in the market. That one does have a deeper sound than the equal length mid-pipes, but it is more flat on the top end. The equal lengths do have a more higher pitch to the high end, which is a lovely thing to have if you love that kind of sound, of course. So that is the main difference between the original mid-pipe and the equal length mid-pipe, and that's of course where it gets its name from. So we're heading onto the highway. What a sound. Jeez. Even with the original back box, this makes such a huge difference. It completely changes how this car, it completely changes the car's character. And while we're on the highway, we're in our 8th gear, we will close the valves and test how the car sounds on higher speeds. So we are now at highway speeds. It's the resonated mid-pipe. I will shut up for a minute. 120. A little bit more load. Completely silent. Perfect, actually. I think it was a good thing to choose for the resonated version. Works really well. If we go a bit slower, drop it to 100. No drone at all. It's a huge difference. So if you open up the valves again, you can hear the difference, of course. So this is high gear, full load, which is usually the rev range that you get a lot of drone from. Yeah. So if we close it again, this is actually perfect daily drivable, even with Catless Downpipes. Very happy with the result from this exhaust. So we are now heading back to the workshop, show you how the car sounds from the outside, show you some B-roll shots, and then we are done with another video. Let's open the windows a little bit more. such a crazy sound. So this is everything with traction control on, of course, and car is not in Sport Plus mode, it's in Sport. It's not our car, of course, so we take it a little bit easier than when it's our car. So when we are back into the workshop, I'll close the windows a little bit. So when we're back into the workshop, we will also check if the light is of course working correctly, the light module. For that we need to read out the car, check if the check engine light is off, and if the car is getting any errors. Of course, if that's the case, we need to calibrate the sensors a little bit, but usually it works the first time.